now the last skater
Ladies
in
and
this group,
gentlemen,
Belinda Schönberger
representing
from Austria.
Belinda Schönberger.
This was the beginning of the end of my figure skating career. I actually never wanted to be a figure skater. I always felt like, what am I even doing on this planet? I never felt like I belonged to figure skating. And then I started to pick up a jump that nobody else in my age could do, at least not in the city. And this is when people noticed me, and this is when I felt for the first time that I belonged. When I was a kid and I knew I could be something, and like everyone, we put dreams out there in our head that one day I will be the first woman in Austria to jump a triple axel. All those dreams that you have and you build on, and they give you strength. And it's really important to have those dreams. So my entire life was built on figure skating. I always knew I want to show the world how good of a jumper I am, how good of a figure skater I am. I wanted to just give and be strong. And I felt like I belonged, and this is my journey. This is what I'm supposed to be doing in life, and this is what I have to do to get there. I went into this overtraining state. I trained. I thought, okay, I have to be better at this. I'm not there yet. And then I did one stupid mistake. And I just broke my heel. I knew my heel was broken. I knew something was wrong. It was not just a tendon. It was not just a twist in the ankle. I knew my heel was broken. I skated for 2 years with a broken heel until I couldn't walk anymore. And I went to a lot of doctors, and everybody said it's just in my head and I do too much training and it's my own fault. And then at one point, I was strong enough to say, no, it's not my own fault. And I found a doctor, and they looked into it again. And on the CT scan, they were like, yes, your heel's broken. But I've already lost those 2 years. And I could never get back to the point where I was. All this time was stolen from me. I had to give up on this dream. I had to give up on skating. And my whole self-confidence was so low. I felt so worthless that moment. I cannot even describe it. It was just, life didn't make sense anymore. I went through really tough times. I was alone. I didn't have a job. I was not good enough for skating anymore. And I was so lost. It was so depressing thinking about it. I had no perspective in life. There was no goal anymore. It just poofed away. And you realize, okay, this is not my dream anymore. There's just nothing. During this period of being very lost, I kind of met a guy. He was as lost as I was. He had some photography background, but also he didn't know what to do with his life. And together we were lost for some time. And then he had an idea. He wanted to become a filmmaker. And so he started to film stuff, and we started to do videos together. I would be the model, and it was something, and it was interesting. And I was always there, and I was always assisting. And this was really intriguing for me back then. And I felt, okay, there is something, but I still don't know how to approach it because I have no idea about filmmaking. And he was just starting to learn everything. So for 2 years, we've been doing filmmaking together, and it was a lot of fun. And it was a lot of struggle too, but I did so much travel, not connected to figure skating. It felt like this could become something, and I feel like there could be a goal in life. I don't know what yet, but at least it's not boring. Something bad happened, and for some time, I traveled with him, but no real filmmaking anymore. But I didn't really have anything to do. I was just the girl hanging out with this guy. And I started to feel lost again. I went to Italy to visit my family, also my coaches. I skated a little bit. And then on one day, I asked my coach, hey, can I come on the ice with my camera? And I went on the ice and I filmed my brother handheld while he was doing choreo. And it was kind of fun to film, and I felt like this is something different, and it gave this new perspective of skating. Like if you would see the video, you feel like, oh, I'm also skating. And then I made this short edit out of it and showed it to everyone, and everybody was so surprised by the result. They were like, wow, this is so cool. I've never seen something like this. Because it gave a really happy feeling to everyone, especially to the figure skaters. They were like, oh, finally you can see how it feels when someone skates. And this is how I started on ice filmmaking. You start going on the ice, it's really early in the morning. And sometimes it has been still dark outside. First step on the ice, you start to smell this fresh, cold air in a good way. And you feel free, you feel the movement. And the most important thing to me is somehow the feeling of speed. The feeling of speed is so powerful when you skate, because you're basically unstoppable on the ice. These positive feelings go through you when you skate. And you skate on your edges, and then you have this fluid movement. And it's kind of similar to when filming on ice with a gimbal, because you can follow in a fluid movement. And when you start watching it, you can feel it too. And this is what I want to transmit with my work. And I'm so glad that I found filmmaking when I did, and that I had 2 years to learn that. And now I'm already 5 years into filmmaking, and it's still not boring. And Then there's also figure skating that I'm really passionate about and that I really love. And it just makes me so happy that I could combine these two things and that I can show the world what figure skating is, but also show my talent of filmmaking. When I was younger and I did figure skating, and that was the only thing that was there in my life, in my head, there was always this goal and this goal and that goal. And now I started to understand what life is about. And it's this big journey, and it's gonna be this filmmaking journey, maybe a directing journey, maybe also on ice filmmaking journey that lies ahead of me that really makes me look forward what is going to happen in the future.
Is it the footage?
The footage is amazing. I cannot believe it. First of all, like, this has been such a crazy trip. We decided this week we decided to come here, and 2 days before we booked the flights, when we entered the plane, we didn't even have the ferry to Helsinki, we didn't have a hotel, we had nothing. I just talked to someone on social media that I saw on my friend's account, and it was just so lucky. Like, she's perfect for this shoot, and then they picked us up, so nice of them, and we came to this ice rink, and it's this outdoor location. We decided to still shoot in blue hour, not for sunrise, because the sky was really cloudy.